Hey, everybody, welcome back to the 10th floor. It's me, Matt.
Hi, everybody. It's Kat.
And welcome back, welcome back, welcome back once again to YouTube. Get on out of there, out of the waiting room, folks. The elevator doors have opened. We're going to take this ride all the way up to the 10th floor. And while we're at it, we're going to be listening to Days for Dummies, which was just on YouTube. If you missed that when we're done here, go back to the YouTube channel. Go back to the library. Check out what we're doing when it comes to talking about Days of Our Lives. But that was earlier today. That's over. That's done with. That's in the past.
Can I just say one thing about Days, though? Days for Dummies. If you don't know anything about the show, come over there and watch it. Come on over there.
Because we don't know anything either.
We don't know nothing.
We don't know nothing.
Going to class.
We're sincerely like, okay, so who are these people and what did they do? And then Angela like talks for 10 minutes telling us everything that used to happen on Days. So, you know, it's like watching reruns.
It's a good time.
It's a good time.
It's a good time when we're all learning together. We're in the quad.
But get on out of that waiting room, folks. We got a full house as always. We got a full house for everybody. Okay, and they can hear us, and that's always important.
It is important.
Chandra's here. Wolfgang is here. Estee. Hey, Estee. Who else we got talking here? We got Kelly. Hey, Kelly. Kelly Twofer. Kelly was here earlier as well. Hello, Rochelle. Carolyn is here. Scrolling down. Mary Woods. Hello, Mary. Don't worry, Kelly. I've got my coffee. I'm not going to forget it. Estee, I think I said your name already. Rochelle. Oh, goodness. Yes. Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just chit, chat, chatter happening already. My God.
Yeah.
And oh goodness, you know what? We'll start right from the top. Okay, we're gonna go all the way up to the 10th floor. We're stepping out of the elevator. We're gonna look left, and you have a completely just knocked out, passed out Sasha being reeled by you, taken to Ferncliff to be chained to a bed, and then holy smokes, completely gaslit, completely just blatant, just overwhelmingly lied to by Dr. Montague.
Gaslit, she's lit on fire.
I'm sorry?
She wasn't just gaslit, she was lit on fire.
She was lit on fire. Yeah, they're like that. My God.
Oh my gosh.
All of the good things that you thought were happening are delusions. All of the people that were supporting you are not real. That was just in your head. You need to be here. You almost killed Cody. You have lost your marbles and don't even realize it. Gladys has crossed the line in such a way where she can't even see the line anymore.
No.
She crossed the line and she sprinted into the zone of what the hell?
What have I done? And now she's afraid of Dr. Montague as well.
Well, he's taking total control of the situation.
He's a complete nutcase.
He's a complete nutcase. She is well in over her head yet again. That's all Gladys ever gets in, is way over her head with this sort of stuff. And it is done. Gladys is done. There really is no going back at all for Gladys. She used to be an annoyance. Somebody that was kind of a hey, you know how it used to be like, hey, you know how she was just irritating. She was a gnat that was just flying around the Corinthos family. And
she was.
Now, holy crap, Gladys, you are a villainess. This is the worst thing you've ever done in your life, and you lied about Brando being dead.
Yeah.
I think.
She did.
She did. She
did. She blew into town crying about her dead son.
Oh my God. Just think, Chandra said. Just think, Mama Cat, Matt in the chat could have opened a can on that dock if he tried to get on the elevator with us.
Right?
Sincerely, Dr. Montague, you have earned your name, Montague. Goodness. And then we smash him. We hit him over the head with a statue.
I mean, and what does Dr. Montague really have to gain by this, really?
Control over Sasha because he's a creep.
I mean, he's a gambler himself, but I mean, there's no big get for him. Not really.
That we know of yet, unless it's sincerely just trying to gain control of Sasha because, in those early therapy lessons, he was giving her the googly eyes, Wasn't he all like, hey, Gladys, tell me more about Sasha?
Mm-hmm. Maybe there's a backstory there.
I don't know. Maybe he's just a creep. It's like when Molly, or was it Molly, was dealing with that creepy professor.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was somebody was being super creepy. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll help you get your DA job if you just hang out with me in my home." I remember that guy.
Yeah.
Man, man,
Mm.
man. Kelly says that Gladys realizes that she royally stepped in it this time, and yeah, after every scene, she's
Yeah, she
always like,
does. And the only, and the only way, I mean, I think Gladys is going to be run out of town no matter what, but Sonny could help her mop it up
"Yeah." I mean,
just to save
Sonny's capable
Sasha.
of anything. All you have to do is tell Sonny, and it'll be fine. They'll tell you. He'll help you every time. Like, don't worry, I got it. I'll take care of
Yep.
it. Just send my goons out there and get some of
Uh-huh.
your problems. Because I'm Sonny Corinthos.
Well, I tell you. Yeah.
Royalty
Poor
has
Sasha.
arrived. Queen of the South is here, my lady.
Sasha, I know. Man, they got her all tied up and everything.
Janice. Tied up, chained to the bed. She cannot go, but okay, remember a couple of weeks ago when I said the perfect person to realize that something is effed up is Sasha.
Yep.
And we are at that point. Sasha knows beyond a shadow of a doubt that she is being lied to. Montague left. I don't know if I don't know if Gladys and she were ever alone together. Maybe they were in the beginning. I don't remember. But there was a point in which Sasha was pleading with Gladys. Please,
Yes.
because this is a person that up until this very moment in time she thought she could trust to not lie to
Mm-hmm.
her. And here she is clearly saying, no, no, that's all in your head. You need to be here, all that kind of stuff. Gladys, come on, you have to let me out of here. Intense. Kelly Tebow, not Kelly Tebow, she's off the show anymore. Sophia Masson. Did she get nominated for an Emmy this year?
I don't
Is
think
she a
so.
part of it? Not this time? Well, I hope it happens next year. Because she has been so flippin' good for so long now.
I agree.
Really one of the most powerful performers on that cast, in my opinion. And I and way back in the day when she first came in the canvas as pretend daughter to Nina, I always liked her. I always enjoyed, you know, the
Mm-hmm.
character and what she was doing, the relationships that she had. She gets drugged by Cassandra Pierce and is in the hospital, and that's the beginning of just her tragic life. But
Yeah.
all these little bit things, and then pretending to cheat with Chase and all that, all these little bit things. I'm like, oh, Sasha's a great little character. She's fun for these couple of years. I wonder what it's going to be like in 5 years when she's not on the show anymore. That kind of thing. Like
Mm-hmm.
what a good little character to come in. But eventually they'll run out of people for her to date and for things for her to do, and I imagine Sasha will leave. That's not what happened. And that's not where we're going with this character either. I do not see a point in which they're like, okay, we're done with her.
No, I don't see it yet either. I'd also don't see her next man on the canvas either.
It's Cody.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's definitely
Yeah,
Cody. This is
it's
this is their
Cody.
big coming together story because he's going to be the one that is able to fight off Gladys because he really knows what's going on.
Yeah, he does.
More so than everybody else because he knows
And
her
he
involvement with the gambling games and such.
and he was honest with Dante this week, but not honest quite enough.
Not totally,
But,
totally, totally honest, but
but
we have the classic
almost
sweeps.
though.
We had the classic General Hospital sweeps this week. It's July. July is a sweeps month.
Mm-hmm.
It just ended this week, and every single time sweeps comes around, the secrets are revealed. Every story hits some sort of uh, breaking point. Things are
Yep.
moved along citywide every single time we hit sweeps, and then it settles down, and we get a bunch of
Mm-hmm.
trudging along until the next sweeps where everything moves along again. So the temporary writers in with the sweeps of these stories has really kind of created a pocket of just interesting television this week. General Hospital, in my opinion, was super good.
I enjoyed it.
Thursday, I thought, was awesome. And that's the day. That's the day they, Sasha with Gladys and all them. That's the day with Finn and Elizabeth, Porsha and Curtis, and their swapping of the conversations and kind of being a team when it comes to supporting the Ashfords in that, and just it was
Yeah.
good. It was good. Say what you want about Finn and Elizabeth before, but you can't say it's bad right now.
It's not bad, right? It's not. And you know what I thought of, Matt?
Hmm.
I thought of when we had coffee with Fido.
Yeah.
Do you remember how Fido really wanted to know how on board we were with Chase and Brooklyn getting back together? And did he did he
Did we
we
buy
think
it?
that,
Were we into it again?
yeah, were we into it again and stuff?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Yeah, well, and he said, and I remember him telling us, I hope the scenes that we're going to be doing will maybe change your mind.
Yeah, like the fans' minds.
Yeah, remember him saying that?
I do remember him saying that. I got it. Okay, so I don't know. So it's a weird position for me to be in right now because now we get to talk about General Hospital. We get to talk about the actual plot that happened this last week on Twitter, and then also our special video that we did yesterday has been so not about the story. It's been about who writes the story. It's about the lifeblood of the show, all that kind of stuff. It's been so stripped away from the entertainment part of it and just the production analysis part of it that I'm now in this really strange position where I have been sort of like actively involved in really trying to figure out the strike, actively involved in trying to figure out these temporary scab writers who are in putting the words into the characters' mouths at this moment in time. And I'm in this very interesting position where the words that are coming out of these characters' mouths, in my opinion, have been so much better than what we've been getting from the regular staff writers that I'm uncomfortable. That scene between Brooklyn and Chase throwing the peanuts into their mouths and just being cute together, paired on top of just the amazing work of Maurice Bernard and Maura West together, which is always top notch as always. But even then, there's just I don't know if I'm just reading into things because it's interesting to do. I don't know if I'm making shit up like I do on a regular basis here on the 10th floor. But there was just something special about this week, and I don't really know what to attribute that to. I don't know if it's because Frank is trying harder during these tough times. I don't know if it's because the people who are writing the words are maybe a little bit better at wordsmithing. I don't know if I just want it to be good right now because there's so much attention on it. I don't really know how to analyze how I'm feeling, but I'm feeling good. Does that make any sense to you, or am I just saying a bunch of words?
Makes sense. I just, I'm just not in tune to things like you are.
Yeah.
I don't analyze them in the same way you do either.
Yeah, that's true. Chandra agrees this week was super fantastic. I don't know if I could, who to credit that other than the show was really good right now. And so I'm happy. Just so happy for how solid the week was. Yuri and Terry smooched. We've never seen them kiss before. That was really nice. And that is steps in the right direction when it comes to visibility and representation. Even though a regular passerby flipping through might not know just from that scene alone that Terry is a transgender character, but to depict that, a solid, great relationship of a cisgendered male and a transgendered woman finding that moment and then kissing on television is great.
I think so too.
It's awesome. It was really awesome to see. And apparently that couple's been together for a year already.
Yes. But we don't think of it, it's not something that we really think of and the longevity of it because they don't show them that often.
Yeah.
So we're not constantly reminded,
Yeah. Jakarius is here again. Hey, Jakarius.
Hey, Jakarius.
Chandra actually leaves a very, very wise statement about the quality of what we're getting from GH right now. And she says, and this is brilliant. I love this. This is what's going to be the 10th floor statement, I think, from here on out. When you don't feel appreciated at work and the pressure is on you and you can't pay your bills and gas is $5 a gallon, your best work doesn't really come out. And that makes a whole lot of sense. That makes, I'm with it. I'm totally with that. I'm gonna say that's the reason. That's the reason. So I'm hopeful for just a strong momentum going forward. Once it's all said and done and people come back, rested, relaxed with fresh ideas that they haven't been able to put on paper yet. I'm really looking forward to what's going to come out. I am.
So this is like I said, I don't analyze the same way you do.
Yeah.
This is the one thing that I noticed in the writing. I mean, it's a simple thing, but I did notice it. Well, whoever's writing Curtis and Portia now has decided that Portia is going to call him Babe all the time. That's his name, Babe.
She's gonna call him Babe. So I would.
That was before.
There we go. Curtis and Portia took me on a ride this week. They took me on a ride. Okay. So early on in the week, Curtis is like, "Get the hell out! I never want to see you again. You know, you kept my daughter from me. I've had it. I'm sick of this. I'm never gonna blah 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 blah. I'm angry because I can't walk. You know." And then we get, Portia's perspective of it, which is like, I can't leave my man. I took those vows very seriously, even though I've only been partially married to him for the last 6 months. Whatever.
But she alluded to the 20 years more than once this week.
Yeah, about how she's been in love with him for 20 years. We're skipping over the fact, I guess, that he was like an adult drug addict during those 20 years.
I'm totally skipping over the fact
it doesn't seem to have played, strangely enough, it doesn't seem to have played into Portia's decision making at all when it comes to why she might have kept the secret from him for 20 years. But I suppose if they were to add that element of, well, I kept it secret from you because you were a dang crackhead, that's so justified that Curtis really can't be mad at her over it. Other than, I've been clean for 10 years now. Well, by then, I had already lied for 15 about Taggart being the dad, so I couldn't come clean. And maybe, that could be still a detailed part of the story. I don't know, man. Whatever, who cares? It's just interesting to watch the journey. Because I tweeted, I said, I don't want this attitude of Curtis's to last for too long. Because it bothers me on the inside a little bit. I understand that there's been a big shift in Curtis's life, but I'm sad that he feels as though it's over. Like there's no hope, no happiness left for him. He's half the man he used to be. He's not capable, all that kind of stuff. Because it's not true, it's not true. That doesn't mean that you're not you anymore. That doesn't mean that your relationships are different, or people don't love you, or the history has changed of all of the connections that you've had. So I've just been kind of bummed out about it.
I think he just, to me, he just doesn't want to be a burden. He doesn't want to have people have to take care of him. Physically have to take care of him. And, I think there's a lot of like, I don't know, he just doesn't want to be a burden, and there's a lot of pride, and, he's been very self-sufficient up to this point and stuff. I thought him being mean to her, he was just extra trying to push her away, just trying to get her to hit the road. Just leave him alone, and she came back to him, and then he was really mean to her. I really shoved her mistakes in her face real hard in a way that he's never before. Even when he first found out about it, and they were apart for so long after they got married, he still didn't have such jagged edge words. As he did in that hospital room, just trying to get rid of her, trying to hurt her feelings enough that she would go away and cry about it and leave him alone, possibly for good.
Well, that's not happening.
That's not happening.
That's not happening. I did receive some really good perspective on it from one of the listeners and watchers of our show, as well as General Hospital. And this was from somebody who's been disabled their whole life. They were born without the ability to walk. And they said that the perspective that Curtis is taking is actually incredibly realistic and accurate to real life, and totally what people who lose this massive thing that they have taken for granted their whole life, when they lose that, it's such a massive blow to just everything that they thought about themselves, that this has been a very accurate portrayal of somebody's immediate reaction to losing their ability to walk, to becoming paralyzed. And with that was great. That was great for me to hear and great for me to learn, because I don't have that perspective, and so it's difficult for me to know if something is right or wrong. I can just feel sensitive about it,
And I think it would be the reaction for almost for a lot of things that might physically happen to you if you became dependent on others for your daily stuff. Just to be able to take care of your own body, move your own body, be able to get yourself in and out of the bathroom and all that kind of stuff. I I think people's reaction kind of is that way often,
Mm-hmm.
regardless if it's going to make a huge effect on someone else's life, and how much they have to pay attention to you or help you.
Yeah.
You that people, I think I would do that. I think I would be just such a horrid person that nobody want to help me pull up my panties after that.
Oh.
I probably would be horrid.
Well, let's hope that never. Hopefully, you don't have to experience that, and you don't have to find yourself in a position where you're horrid. Um, you know, so I'm happy to learn that the portrayal is accurate and it's actually good perspective, and it's not in a place where it's insulting or anything like that. Because sometimes
Right.
people can be a little concerned about how things are shown on the show. So I was happy to know that. And then by the end of the week, I felt totally different about it, especially with Portia's determination to
Mhm.
march right back into that room and essentially be like, turn your effing phone off.
Yep.
Stop looking at the internet because it's not telling you anything that's going to make you feel better. We have to deal with
Oh,
this. I'm not going anywhere, so on and so forth. And so the journey that they went on this week, I was there for. I was happy with the
I
resolution so far.
I didn't. I thought Finn kind of got through to him a little bit.
I thought so too.
I thought
That
Finn
scene
got through
between
to him.
Curtis and Finn, I thought was so good, and it made me appreciate Michael Easton in a way that I haven't been able to recently.
I agree.
He was so funny, but like sharp, you know?
Hmm.
That like when it comes to like the motivational speaker character,
Hmm.
that's the one that I want.
Hmm.
Because he turned things into a joke. He spun things around like he was it's like Michael Easton has actually been through AA or something like that,
Hmm.
or NA, and just knows how to be um the person that you call, like I was very, very impressed.
I
I don't know, I just
I
really, really
liked
enjoyed
it.
what they brought.
I really did like it. I liked it. I thought the scene was really, really good. Um, but I longed for Marshall Hat Daddy to come in there and get and talk some sense into him.
I'm sure he will get his chance. He'll
I
get
hope
his
we see
chance.
that next week.
You are trying to walk away from your family just like I did. You're trying to separate. You have an
Yes.
illness, and you're going to decide to remove yourself from your family because of it. Where have
Does
I
that
heard that
sound familiar,
story
son?
before?
Right.
Yeah.
So I really was looking forward to Daddy coming in, Marshall being his loving dad and talking some sense into him and saying that, I mean, there's parallels there, big time.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
Marshall walked away from his family because he thought he was doing the right thing for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Just like Curtis.
That's where Curtis's motivation is coming from too. Doesn't want
Mm-hmm.
to be the burden.
I want to be a
If he, if,
burden. I don't want you all
yes,
to have to take care of me.
right. You'd be better off without me. It's the same thing that Marshall thought.
Yeah.
You're better off without me.
I gotta go. Can't be a burden. I can't be an embarrassment to this family. Can't hold them back.
So I thought the scene with Finn was really good, and I agree with you. I thought that was acting chops of Michael Easton. I haven't seen in a little while. I thought it was good, and it just proves to me that maybe I like Michael's scenes better when he's not schmoozing with somebody and his lips aren't so dang perched.
you
Maybe
know,
I like him better like
well,
that.
this entire path that we've had from Elizabeth helping Finn hide Peter in the freezer to today. Well, I guess to up until no, yeah, up until today. Finn has just been this lost in love, confused guy that doesn't know how to make the right choice. He has been very one note for a very long time. Um, and there hasn't been diversity in the scenes that he's been having, or the emotions that he's feeling, or the beats that we get to see on TV. And it's just a lot of I don't know how to get Elizabeth to, and then I'm embarrassed to, and then but we love each other, but maybe we shouldn't love each other because it could be dangerous. Like that's been
Yep.
Finn, and that's just been one thing for so long. And it's just a nice breath of fresh air to see him do something different.
And it did remind me too that they did have even though they haven't really shown it much on the show, they do have a big connection because they were each other's sponsors, right?
I guess it seems as though Finn's everybody's sponsor because he's Alexis's
Does seem like
swell.
he spins everybody's sponsor.
Well, he's giving and he's helpful and he's trying. He's somebody that wants to fix something. And this week also really supported that character trait of him as well. He's been very focused story-wise on fixing Elizabeth and fixing that relationship and fixing that dynamic and making her brain not broken anymore and getting her past bad feelings for Franco because I love you so much. That, and now we get to see him kind of focus on fixing something else, fixing a friend, repairing a relationship from two people that he wants to see happy together and thinks could be happy together. I also appreciated yet again, just stacking on top of last week when Curtis was shot, Finn and Elizabeth, just they're a tag team at this point. Two people working toward the same goal in everything and are an exceptional team.
Yeah, I thought the scenes with Finn and Elizabeth this past week were better than anything I've seen them together before. I do.
Yeah.
There was a naturalness to it as well that I didn't see before.
There really is, honestly. And a lot of that I think is coming from Rebecca Herbst and maybe Michael Easton pulling a little bit off of the I'm confused about this whole situation, playing every scene, moving into the dynamic with Elizabeth with a little more confidence because things are more solid between them. There's less confusion because, they can make out and do it before you know it.
Before you know it.
Chandra says, Michael Easton, he's got acting chops. Heck, the man plays cops, doctors, and vampires.
Well, I think I liked him the best as McBain.
I never saw a moment of McBain, so I couldn't say.
I liked him on One Life to Live as McBain. I liked him with Vicky's daughter. What the heck was her name? There was Jessica, and then there was the other one. What's the other one's name? I don't remember.
Dude, I don't know. They'll tell us.
But yeah, I liked him with her. Vicky's daughter, her twin to Jessica. What the heck was her name?
Charlotte, Charlene, Sandy.
No.
Wolfgang finds
anyway, I liked him as McBain on General Hospital too. But I know that there's all this and that, and all that stuff happened, and they couldn't be the same characters, and I know all that stuff. But
Star.
But
I don't know.
No, not Star.
As they
there you go, Natalie.
Yeah, that's the one.
Natalie and McBain. I thought they were.
I think the actress who played Star just recently got married or something. Congratulations to her. I don't know, something about a boyfriend and a hugging picture of happiness. And then Carolyn agrees with you. McBain's the best. And then the actress who played Blair on One Life to Live, I think she's going to go to Days of Our Lives very soon.
Cassie DePrava.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, she's a nut job in the loony bin or something. I don't know.
Oh, she's a good actress.
I don't know crap about that.
Her as Blair. I loved her as Blair on One Life. I did.
I like John and Evangeline. Vicky's daughter was Natalie. She got engaged. Okay, she got engaged. Congratulations then to the actress who plays Star. She got engaged. Star and original Kiki, or first Kiki, second Kiki, original Kiki. She was Kiki.
Original Kiki.
Yeah. And then she went away. Disappeared. They replaced her with that blonde who got stabbed.
Yes.
And now the Haunted Star has exploded. Oh, the history of General Hospital. Hey,
I know, man. I didn't want the Haunted Star to be exploded. I liked that set. I always liked that set. I always thought it was so fun to be there. I liked it. I hope there's a second Haunted Star somewhere hidden in the
first thing Lulu says when she wakes up is, "Take me to my boat."
No, maybe there's an extra Haunted Star on the stinking moat at one of those Cassidon Islands.
Victor Cassidon, back from the dead because the Haunted Star never exploded. That was a decoy ship.
There you go. Maybe I find Luke on the real Haunted Star somewhere.
Frozen in ice for the last several years in an iceberg near Greenland.
Oh gosh.
Oh gosh, he finds a way to make the Haunted Star actually haunted.
That'd be funny. That'd be goofy.
Oh my god, that would be super goofy.
That would
So
be
you know,
like,
Curtis can't walk and he's sad about it, but I guess everybody's gonna be okay. You know, at least we're getting some really just good moments. A nice mix of characters because we don't see Finn and Curtis talk to each other ever. And we've moved past the point in which we're just saying that Portia and Elizabeth are really good friends, and now we're actually seeing the fact that they're really
yes.
good friends.
Yes, they are excellent buddies for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, look at Elizabeth just having friends. Isn't that nice to see?
I do like it
She's not
actually.
locked in the house with the kids anymore.
Well, yeah. I like Elizabeth. I've always liked Elizabeth with her friends, especially like when they used to go and have shots together.
Maybe it's slam it, lick it, and suck it.
Yep.
Lick it, slam it, suck it, whatever it is.
Yeah. Look at Sam a second. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But you know, I mean, so that's moving on. We're gonna see what happened there. Chat again agrees with you. They're looking forward to Marsha. They're also looking forward to Stella coming in and telling Curtis to get off. Well, he cannot get off his butt because that'd be insensitive. But to get, just
Get off
get
the
over
pit.
it.
Yes, she's gonna have to tell him to get off the pity wagon.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, for sure.
But
Sasha,
I'm looking
absolutely
forward to
beautiful,
his dad
wonderful.
more. I'm looking
Well, he's just
forward to
so
Marshall
good.
more.
He's just so smooth about it, and if we're trying a little harder to make these characters say different things that are more compelling, then I really can't wait to see what wisdom Marshall has to bring out. I just see so much potential in that character. So much. He could be just, I don't know, like he can be our Father Clarence, just able to solve everybody's problem with a little bit of compassion, wisdom, and experience, and maybe a little magical wink in a Carol Aronat song. I don't know. Is that too tropey? Is that too much like the magical Negro trope? Because I don't want that. I don't want to do that. But I want.
I think to me it's epiphany.
Yeah, a new like a new epiphany type of deal.
Yes.
Yeah.
But totally different. That's what I like about it.
Yeah. Mm. I'm with it. So,
And
yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Stella's too snarky to be Epiphany. Tiffany's got a different kind of style than
Nah,
Stella.
we don't need Stella to do that, but I'm all for Marshall doing it. I think that's a natural transition as well because of the connections there.
I love it.
I'm with it. I hope the phrasing that I used earlier was proper scientific phrasing. I wasn't, trying not to be offensive with the magical trope. I think that's what it's called. I apologize if it's not. But moving on from that, so what do you think of this new nanny, Mama? Nanny Betty.
Man, I think, that she don't know who she's messing with, for one thing. She seems to be pretty confident that she does not know who she's messing with. You're going to slap the face of Ava Jerome just like that?
Yeah, that's what it is. Overconfidence at this point, right?
It certainly is.
Whoever these horrible, evil people are, are getting a little too big for their britches. They thought, I guess, that Ava was just never going to tell Sonny anything.
Right.
But they don't understand
she
Ava
spilled
and Sonny,
her guts,
do they?
didn't she? Boy, oh boy, she spilled her guts. And we got to see why we saw the parapet.
I really I wanted so bad Ava to just
I know, right?
Just right away.
I thought she was going to there for a moment. I did.
I think it was on her mind.
When the nanny was standing out there on the parapet, gloating, looking out over the seemingly water, I guess, gloating, and Ava comes into the parapet. She's a little bit away, back in the corner of the parapet by the door.
You could see a little
glint
in her
eye. Oh my
eye.
gosh, girl, you could even have a running start right now.
Yeah. Oh gosh, she might have tried if it wasn't for Betty turning around when she did.
Oh man, and you could see it on Ava's face too. Girl, she's had that look on her face a few times. I'm getting you.
And when it comes down to it, you have to be patient when it comes to General Hospital, because there's been commentary and reaction going, why is Ava being like this? How come she's not being Ava and all that kind of stuff? And you just got to be patient, folks. You just got to get to a point where she can be Ava. You have to keep things in mind, like the active threats against Avery, the fact that Austin walked off with her. We all know that Austin did this. Come on, let's not be stupid. As audience members, let's not be dumb. The characters can be as dumb as they want. It's good for drama when you don't realize things until it's too late. And then they have Delia, Ryan, and Patuk. They have kidnapped her mother at this point.
Oh yeah, but she had walked into the trap though, going off with some dude.
Delia Ryan's never made great choices, Ma.
Which is total Delia.
Yes.
That's total Delia.
Yes. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Sandy. My God. No. I don't know much about Delia Ryan, so I had to look up a few things, like some pictures and stuff, and wow, she is very different looking than Ava, let me tell you. She seems to be a little more closer to the streets than Ava Jerome is.
Yeah.
She reminds me of people that I kind of worked with at that concert venue.
Really?
just in look, it just kind of makes me think of just like a rocker chick from way back when. Not way back when. Let me be nice. From like the 80s, rocker chick from the 80s doesn't really let go of the look. The hair is still big and ratty, and maybe they drank a little bit too much in their life, and they're going to tell you to F off while they're pulling on a cigarette. That's the sense that I get from Delia Ryan.
She a little bit like that, yeah. A little bit, she was in with the Ryan family a lot. Now the way they wrote her on the General Hospital is Mr. Jerome, being Mr. Moneybags, big shot, went in there, and Delia's a barmaid. Mm-hmm. He's just playing with her. Mm-hmm. And the Ava result of him just playing with her.
Right. And this was just a pregnancy and a child that Delia Ryan never talked about on Ryan's Hope.
Exactly.
And that's the Captain Janeway show, right? Or is that a different one?
Yes.
Yes. Hey, look at that.
Yes,
where she played one of the Ryan characters. She played who?
She played Mary. No,
Mary Ryan.
Who did she play? Mary Ryan?
I don't know. You tell me. Kate Mulgrew.
Yeah, Kate. Yeah. She played Mary. Or
I don't know. Chad will tell us in a second, but she played one of the Ryan characters, one of the Ryan family.
She played the daughter.
But I looked it up, and she was only on that show for like a sneeze, like not very long at all.
Hey, man, really?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like
someone else played her character for years before she came on.
Well, there you go. Well, how come Kate Mulgrew was like the Mary Ryan then? If she was only on for that long, was it just that good? I don't know.
She was that good, and she was Mary when the show got
canceled. Oh, she was the last Mary. Okay, not the first Mary or anything. Okay, that makes sense. I imagine that Mason's lollipops are edibles so he can relax after a hard day of offing people. Oh, Canadian Fuzzy. That wasn't even Melissa. That's a good.
Long day of offing people. I like it.
That is good.
That's good. Who said that?
That was a Canadian Fuzzy.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Chandra wonders if it's Mason that's dating Delia. I don't know if it's Mason or just another associate. But somebody got her to Patuk. She's kidnapped. She's all kidnapped. She's now duct taped to a chair.
She totally kidnapped and didn't even know. She doesn't even know she's kidnapped.
She doesn't even know she's kidnapped. She's going to be like, okay, I'm ready to go back to my bar in New York. And they're going to be like, no, you can't. I'm Mason. You can't go. Because I got a deep voice. Like a strange deep voice.
And you know what's so funny too? I love the scene with Ava and Sonny. And Sonny, when that one point where he knows that Ava killed Nicholas, and he like giggled and laughed, sort of.
That have again deserved it.
But it was like they showed us his laugh and it's kind of like his amusement and his smile. But they didn't show that Ava saw it.
No.
They just showed that to the audience. I thought it was awesome. It was clever. I loved it.
Kidnapping mothers? Does Mason think he's Carly? Asks Canadian Fuzzy. No, because Carly didn't kidnap Martin's mother. She took her away and still treated her with utmost respect and kindness and courtesy.
That's true. And had her mom
she hit her. She didn't kidnap her. It's different. Sonny was low-key impressed with Chandra, and it's true. When Ava's gonna Ava, Sonny's gonna be like, yeah, that was a good move. You killed that kid. You needed it. I hate Nicholas.
You know what I also thought? Wouldn't it be kind of fun? I mean, I don't think this will happen, but wouldn't it be kind of fun that somehow some kind of spark that created Avery is reignited with all these scenes of Sonny and Ava.
Why?
Why not?
Nah, I'm happy with Ava and Austin right now. I want to see that blow up in Ava's face again, and she has to stab him.
Yeah, well, that Austin ain't he's not who he's let Port Charles to believe he is.
Definitely not. Definitely not. No, yeah, Sonny doesn't like Nicholas. Cindy. It's true. It's true. Sonny does not like Nicholas one bit. Neither does Ava, really, at this point. So, Nicholas doesn't really have many friends. He still has his mother. And I guess he's got Mason keeping him alive. And those are the two people that possibly can support him on the planet right now. I guess it's only a matter of time. We got to see Laura and Valentine looking around in Chechnya for him.
Yeah, and I didn't think the two of them would be back this soon. I was kind of surprised to see them. I thought they were going to be off a couple more weeks.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know how much we're going to get of it. If it was just a reminder of them, just a quick flash to show, hey, we remember these characters and actors, and they're still on the show. Because they used, Carly's house, old house set for Chechnya.
Yes, I recognize Carly's old house set.
Yeah, and that was something that people noticed on Twitter too, and they're like, "Oh, so that's what Carly did with her second home."
Yeah, Carly's house, that house that her and Jax's house. That was her and Jax's house,
right?
From a while ago.
So we got to see them. So I don't know if we're going to see more of them. I don't know if this was filmed, something that was filmed 3 weeks ago, and they just had to sprinkle into their episodes and such. I don't know what to see from that or to expect from that, but it was nice to see, and it's always good to see JPS and Valentine. It's good to see Jeannie Francis as Laura.
Absolutely.
I love it. I do enjoy it. There's really nothing to say about it, though. They got a gun pulled on him, and he's like, "You gotta get out of here. These guys are asses." Like.
No, he's saying there's nobody there, but there's somebody there.
Yeah,
gotta be somebody there.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Austin will turn out to be a good guy. I believe his family is being blackmailed. Well, maybe Carolyn. Maybe Carolyn. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. But, Ava completely coming clean, telling Sonny everything there is to know. I appreciate Sonny, because on Friday I didn't know what to expect. Because I think it was Friday. It was Friday or Monday, where Betty slaps Ava, and Sonny's immediately in the room right after going, "What's going on here?"
That was Friday.
So I didn't know if that was going to be one of those soap things where it's like, "Oh, what's going on here?" And then they're like, "Oh, we're just talking. Ha 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 ha. You stubbed my toe." All right. I didn't know if it was going to be one of those situations or if it was going to be, "I just saw you slap Ava. What the hell?"
Yeah,
I guess we got, "I just saw you slap Ava. What the hell?" But he played it off.
Yeah. God. Oh, that girl's gonna get hers.
Oh, she's gonna fall through a hole like the nurse that kidnapped Bailey.
I wouldn't be at all surprised.
She's gonna fall through.
Put her ass out there in the Pine Barrens.
That's where all the bodies are. Out there in the Pine Barrens.
That's what Ava told Sonny. Well, what were you gonna do? What were you gonna do with his body? Well, we were going to take him out to the Pine Barrens.
That's where the bodies go.
What do you think? What's your suggestions? Pine Barrens comes to mind for me.
Where else possibly could I be putting a body if it's not the Pine Barrens, Sonny? But yeah. So Sonny sees this thing. He plays it off.
Isn't that where Claudia's butt is?
Probably. I don't know. Probably. But so Sonny plays it off as he does. She leaves and then she confesses everything. Just they're holding. They're threatening Ava. They got my mother. I killed Nicholas. Blah, blah, blah. Just a waterfall of confession.
And I thought it was the best I've ever seen with catching up the audience and not having it be boring as an obvious scene to catch up the audience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right?
Well, yeah. I mean, it also, brings Sonny into it now because he's like, "Let's deal with it now." And now at the end of the week, they're, partners in crime now.
Absolutely.
Working together, gonna do what they can do to fight off this family. Sonny, though, I do have to say, while good, while enjoyable, while fun to see on my screen and a great scene partner with all of these different actors, he is the resolution to every single story, though. My goodness gracious. I'm going to get Sasha out of Ferncliff. I'm going to protect her from Mason's family. I've got the pikeman thing going on. I'm going to get Nina back in with the family. Holy smokes. Sonny, do you sleep?
Well, someone's got to fix everything now that Jason's not around.
Do you sleep, Sonny? Is there time for bed?
Jason used to be in the middle of everything all the time.
Yeah, now it's definitely Sonny,
Yeah.
But, it is what it is. Star of the show, right? Star of the show. If it was bad, it wouldn't happen, right? I don't know.
I thought it was good. I liked it.
I don't know. I'm interested though because it's going to be fun watching them work together.
And I think Ava and Sonny on the same side is fun to watch.
It always is fun to watch, and when they're less antagonistic with each other too, like it seems like they may be, they're unifying to defend Avery and get this man out of the life. Oh.
And and with Ava explaining to him that the reason, she didn't mean to kill Nicholas. She knocked him over the head because he was going to take her baby.
Right.
And not only was he going to take my baby, by taking my baby, she was telling Sonny his intent was to take yours as well. It's the same child.
Sure is.
So I knocked him in the head. That's exactly what a Sonny would have done.
Of course. That's why he was impressed.
But he'd have called Frank to hurry up and get that body the heck out of here. Wouldn't have needed Austin.
It's all right, Frank. Get out of here. We'll deal with this. Sonny. That's Sonny.
Just drag him out of here.
Just get him out of here. Oh man, so it's good. It's good. I'm very happy, and just more rest is just unbelievable, head and shoulders above the rest. Chandra wants to know maybe Hayden's just been hiding in Windermere this whole time. She has just been in the walls for years.
So the crying woman that was on Crete, was that supposed to be Holly the entire time?
Yeah, that was Holly the whole time.
Oh
yeah.
So there's no. Okay.
In the pines,
makes sense.
Pines where the sun never shines. Oh, I don't know if that's the melody, but that's what Lily's singing. Oh man, there's just so much. This list is so long. It's like as big as my screen frame.
Well, all right, we'll go down the list there. And what did we not talk about?
Oh, we can talk about Scarlett Fernandez, mother.
We sure can.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, welcome back, Charlotte.
I actually, I thought, oh, another new Charlotte. When I first saw it, I was like, another new Charlotte.
No.
Oh no, that is not a new. No, that's put a snake in Ava's purse.
That's Charlotte, the Charlotte that inspired Valentine to change his ways.
It is.
Charlotte puts this snake in Ava's purse, and then Valentine talks to her about it. He's like, why would you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you do that? And then Charlotte was like, because we hate her, Papa. We have to destroy her, Papa.
I'm being a Cassadine, Papa. What do you want?
I'm doing what you would do, Papa. We hate her, Papa. And then he's like, oh, shnikes, I need, you have to go live with Lulu now because I am wrecking your brain. And then from there...
You need to go live with your mama. I'm not worthy.
And then from there, he's pretty much worked very hard to be a worthy father to his daughter. And that's some inspiration that we've lost a little bit in Valentine's character. So now that we have her back, maybe we'll get some good JPS stuff out of it. We could see those two actors working together again. I thought they worked well together when she was a child.
I thought so too. And I just find it so dang interesting that they sort of have Sourced Charlotte again, and they able to go back to the original Charlotte to source her.
I guess she's I don't know how old Scarlett Fernandez
is. She looks very, very, very at 12, the cusp of going into high school. She got a 9th grade braces on her.
You think she's 14? I have no clue. I don't know how to age people at all. I'm always wrong.
That's my guess.
I'm always very wrong. If somebody could tell us.
She's 13, 14.
The chat will inform us. Hey, Susan. But yeah, Scarlett's back as Scarlett Fernandez back as Charlotte. And it was good to see. I do like her. I like her choices. I like her intensity. I like her comfort because she has experience on that cast as well. It was cool to see. I guess they moved Lulu to Port Charles now. She had been somewhere else.
Yeah, you can get over. Yeah, and I don't know. Am I not plugged in and not really reading or seeing all the little stuff coming up. Because, we're not spoiler people, but at the same time, though, if it's a big character return, I typically know anyway.
It's because the
because
world
you just
explodes
can't
with
avoid
news.
not knowing.
It's unavoidable.
Unavoidable. But I didn't see anything about. I haven't heard anything about.
It doesn't seem like they've made a decision as about bringing the character back, but they visited. That was nice to see. They moved the character Port Charles. They're positioning it in a way to bring Lulu back. I know there's a lot of people out there that want to see Lulu back so she can get in the way of Dante and Sam and cause turmoil in that world. Now, what if, Mom? What if True gets out of prison, Jason is found alive, Lulu wakes up, and now we have to figure out all of these new romances and relationships because Jason could steal Carly away from Drew. Lulu could steal Dante away from Sam, leaving Drew and Sam alone.
Well, Scout would be happy about
she
that.
Sure would. The character's Aiden is 13 or 14, so that would be Charlotte's age 2. Well, there we go. I saw some pictures of Aiden and Jake and Aiden at the GH fan club weekend that's going on this weekend. Yeah. They had a big young cast event, and so Jake and Aiden were there, and Violet was there, James was there, Avery, I think, was there. The one that looks just like Sonny. That's Avery, right?
No. Donna's the baby that looks just like
Donna.
Sonny.
Well, maybe it was Donna there. I don't know. I one or the other. So they were there, and there was big group cast photo and all that kind of stuff. And I swear to God, Ma, you know what Nicholas Chavez looks like when he's not Spencer, right? And it looks like he stuck his fingers in the same electrical socket as Scotty Baldwin.
He kind of looked like a skater boy to me.
Where it's just hair standing on end in every single direction.
Like mushroomy in a way.
Same thing with these two kids. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Little Enzo, who plays Aiden, and little Hudson, who plays Jake. They've got the Scotty Baldwin fingers in the socket hair, where it's just standing on edge, going every which way, and it just made me think of 2001.
Well,
but they just don't have frosted tips.
Yeah. Well, right now, teenagers, I've lost pulse on this a little bit because I'm not a lunch lady anymore. But, I saw what kids in high school were doing.
Is it the big hair again, like this, just all over?
Yeah. No, a fade is not in right now for kids.
So an overgrown mop is where we're at once again.
More an overgrown mop, and I'm not trying to be mean. It's just, this is just what I saw. Okay. Overgrown mop, wear pajamas everywhere, and look like you haven't had a bath in a couple of days.
Oh, okay. Everybody just looks stinky.
They just look roll out of bed stinky. That's what they look like to me.
That's fine. That's fair. I can't say that these two actors look stinky. I can just say that they spent a lot of time with the hairspray in a hair dryer. That's just what I can say.
Got Grandma's Aquanet out, huh?
I don't know. It's just a sign of my age. That's all. It's a sign of the just me being on this planet for so long, where I now am seeing people who are 17 years old, and I'm like, why are you doing that?
Yeah. Even if you intend to never, ever say something like that or think that way, it happens anyway.
Why are you doing it like that? What are you doing to yourself? Oh my gosh. And open the door for Maxie to move into Lulu's old house. That'd be funny. Maybe that is where Maxie's going. Maxie's going somewhere because these kids are so close together that they're fighting over tablets, and for some reason, getting them separate bedrooms is going to solve that problem.
Well, there's got to be a couple of, maybe that, not particular that problem, but okay. I've had 3 kids. I've had 3 kids in 800 square feet. Okay.
It's tough having those kids on top of each other all the time.
800 square, our little home we had back in the day, 800 square feet. I had 3 kids under the age of 9, and there was only 1 bathroom, and there was no garage. There was no storage. It was chaos all the time. It didn't matter how much you cleaned. Everything looked like crap all the time. It's hard. It's hard. And how is she? The only thing I don't understand is why Maxie didn't move sooner. Remember when Deception went public and they got all that money?
Yeah.
That's when Maxie should have moved.
Before the kids got so big in their 2-bedroom house.
Right. Because the need was there long before. And she recognized that.
Well, she's doing it now.
I think a little space would help a little bit. Are they going to fight with like siblings? Of course they are, because they're still going to be siblings. But a little space would help.
It would.
And, even though I thought the new little Georgie did a great job, I loved her snarky expressions. I thought it was perfect, but the last actress that played Georgie looked so much like Georgie.
I know.
It was ridiculous how much that child looked like the actress that played Georgie.
Maybe it was too much like Georgie.
But I loved it.
Because it's her aunt and her namesake, not her mother. I don't know.
It's her aunt and her namesake. And I loved how quirky and weird Spinelli like she was.
Yeah, it was a good move. I don't know when it comes to these actor schedules and stuff. I don't know what it is, because we don't have the person going, the role of Georgie Spinelli will now be played by, when it comes to the kids. So it could be just somebody that they got for the week because the other one wasn't available, and we'll have a Scarlett Fernandez situation where she's coming right on back.
Yeah.
I don't know. Georgie also doesn't live with Maxie full time. James resents having to share. Oh, James, stop acting like an only child.
Oh, James, your dad's not Peter. You have the good brother as a dad.
Yeah. Your daddy's Nathan.
Your daddy's Nathan.
Yeah.
That little devil there that we don't know anything about yet, that Wheezy Face On.
Wheezy Face On. She's
the one you have to watch a little later.
That's the one you definitely have to watch. Wheezy Face On is destined for dastardly decisions. Yeah. Rochelle has 2 kids, 10 and 13. They're both boys. So you're right on point when it comes to how challenging it is to just keep the home together. So maybe a little more space will do the Jones family justice. Mac can't get anything done, but good thing Grandma comes through. And I thought of you, Ma.
Yeah.
Grandma Felicia marches in, slams the door. What is going on? And in 10 minutes has the apartment clean and everybody's ready to go to the pool.
Yeah. The only thing that Grandma Felicia didn't walk in the door and say was, "What's going on? Cut the crap."
Cut the crap. Yeah, that's exactly.
That's what this grandma would have said. What's going on? Cut the crap.
Cut the crap.
Put that down. Put that
up. Put that down. Pick that up.
Exactly.
Go put your bathing suit on. We're leaving in 5. If you're not in the car, you're getting left here.
Yeah.
Yeah, go.
But you better stop arguing and start moving. Get your butt moving. Let's go.
But Mac's trying to be nice grandpa. Trying to be a good grandpa.
No, especially with Georgie. Especially with Georgie.
She would get a cut the crap a lot from you.
You gotta do the cut the crap. You got to. That age group for sure.
Hey, Daisy. Carly is not selling her house. Well, not yet, because she owns Kelly's. So we'll see. We weren't talking about Carly selling her house, so I guess we're good, right?
What we did see in Kelly's, I think our foreshadowing might be true. I think she might do a number on Kelly's.
I hope not.
I hope not either.
She's not dressed for it. I'll tell you that. She's not dressed for Kelly's. She's still in like that power blazer back there, pouring cups of coffee. Carly, please just pull back a little bit. I know that you must be glamorous, but try t-shirt and an apron.
Exactly. Put on that green apron that says Kelly's on it.
Cameron can do it. Why can't you?
Even Spencer did it, Carly.
Are you too good for it, Carly? You're too good for it then. Oh, I'm the owner. I have to look like the owner. The owner of Kelly's, all right, slings hash, all right?
Yes.
Mike was always back there looking like he was just coming off the grill, okay? Oh my gosh, I don't know, because people are worried about her redesigning everything.
Well,
she might.
She did tell. Oh, she told Nina too that she was going to get back everything that was hers.
Why would she have to say that in such a threatening way when Nina was going to give her back her damn hotel for free a year ago?
Because she don't trust Nina, and that was going to come with attachments.
I'm gonna get everything back. Why don't you go, hey, can I have my hotel back? I'll take you up on that offer now. And then you know what Nina would say? Okay.
No, she wouldn't.
Why wouldn't she? She always walks into these conversations with incredible hope. She's like, I want to thank you, Carly, because clearly you have pulled your vendetta against me away, and now I can have a relationship with Willow. Thank you for doing that. And instead of Carly going, oh, thank you very, very much for coming to me and appreciating my role in this, she went, I did nothing for you, B-word. I still hate you, B-word. Get out of my life, B-word. Nina don't deserve that.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not. But all at the same time, though, Nina's got the same problem she always has. She starts out the conversation okay and never knows when to just shut it down or shut up and walk away.
But then also at the same time, yeah, okay, shut it down, walk away, maybe, whatever, learn when to walk away. But also at the same time, there would be nothing to walk away from if she wasn't constantly attacked every time she goes to talk to somebody.
That's true.
You could stop talking to these people. Well, how am I supposed to develop a relationship with other grandma if I never talk to her?
Well, the main problem with Nina all the time is there's nothing wrong with what you did. It's just you didn't give it a beat.
Just give it a moment.
You didn't give it a moment.
Stop being so pushy.
You didn't have a downbeat first. You didn't.
Not everything's an upbeat, Nina.
Right.
But
like marching over to Michael too.
I just, Carly, just when Nina is trying to be nice, she's not allowed to be. She's slapped out of that time every day. We've seen it time and time again. It's just something that happens in this story a lot. It all even started, the whole Nixon Falls thing was because Nina was trying to be nice and Carly wouldn't let her.
That's true.
Hey, I found your... Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
never mind.
Never mind.
Yeah, and then honestly, Nina was like, I'm skipping town. I'm leaving. That's it. Continue on my cross-country tour. I just came here to visit Phyllis. I'm leaving all of this stuff behind. I'm not involved in this nonsense. But Dimples got to her. And then danger, Elijah, shootings, fires.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff. Visiting lakes. Oh, Nixon Falls. All of that's on ABC Spotlight or something now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see, there we go. Chandra says it too. It all goes back to that Nixon Falls call.
Yeah, it does.
It really does. That was the moment. Yes. If it wasn't for Carly in that moment saying, I can't believe you're calling me and exercising your legal rights as grandma, which Nina wasn't even doing. She just asked a question about it. But Carly took that as you're exercising your rights, you're going to take us to court. How dare you? And it has been war ever since.
Has been.
Also on top of that too, Carly has kept the identities of Nina's children away from her both times. So there's a lot justified on Nina's side. That's the whole thing. You could still like whoever you want. You could still be irritated as hell with Nina every single time she's on the screen, if that's how you so choose to feel, if that is how it inspires you deep in your soul. I'm not going to tell you that's wrong. But they're both incredibly justified in their positions.
Yeah, they're a lot more alike than they are not. No.
Maybe that's it. They're just too alike. Rochelle says that Michael's rude to Nina this week. Michael's just rude to people in general now. Michael has grown up to be a total jerkweed. He was on the phone, right? He's like, I don't like these numbers. Do it again. I don't care if you check them. I want a revised budget by the end of the day. And he slams the phone or whatever, right? And I'm like, Michael, if you didn't do any of this work, if you didn't do the math to know that these numbers are wrong, you're just looking at them and saying, this feels wrong. Oh, you've double checked it? I don't care how many times you've checked it. Give me different numbers.
Yeah, and I haven't been here for 6 months, but suddenly I'm just the most important thing in the world today.
What sort of reasonable expectation is that? And how is this employee supposed to do that? If they did the work and they checked it and sent it to the CEO, that means that it has gone through as many processes as this employee can give. A couple
of times.
So what is this person supposed to do? Just be like, okay, well, I guess I'll change this 9 to a 7. I'll give him a different number. Maybe that will feel different. Maybe that will feel correct. It was weird. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all.
There's a couple of things going on with Michael. Makes him like that, I think, a little. Based on just what that scene.
Mm-hmm.
For one thing, he's acting like poor me.
It's an Edward move.
It's an Edward move. It is. It's a Tracy move, too.
Mm-hmm.
Also, he's terribly uncomfortable because his shirt is way too tight. Did you notice his shirt?
Yeah, the buttons wanted to pop.
Yeah, I mean, that shirt was too small for Chad.
It was just restricting his breath. He couldn't get a full breath going.
Yeah, he just looked so uncomfortable.
That's what it was. Yeah, it was just terribly uncomfortable. And then, he wanted to be home with his wife, who's now home.
And she feels better.
She feels so much better. Oh my gosh, the blood marrow has completely cured her cancer.
Now, it's summertime.
Yes.
Everywhere on this hemisphere, right over here. Okay. So how long does she need to stay on the couch with a comfy on and a robe?
She's just still very cold internally. Or the air conditioner is broken and they can't turn it off.
Right?
Yeah, I don't know. Daisy says he's.
Well, I guess when they show her in regular clothing, with regular makeup on, then we know Willow's better for real. She's healed.
Yeah, when she's just back in regular clothing and she's outside, nothing will be able to stop Willow now.
But she told little Wiley that she gets to go she's going to go to a soccer game in 2 weeks, so she's going to be healed then.
Oh my gosh, no more bubble. No more bubble. Life will be back to normal. Oh my goodness gracious. Maybe Michael's portrayal was a dig at the industry execs who were acting ugly. Maybe. It really was just, this feels wrong to me. Like, if it wasn't this isn't the budget that I expected. If it wasn't these numbers don't compare to last year. If it was any number of anything other than, I feel like these are wrong, I would have taken it completely different. I would have been like, oh, what a genius, not what a dick.
He just seemed like a terrible boss.
Just a bad boss. Daisy says he's acting like a CEO, and I can't deny that, and because CEOs are jerks, right? Generally speaking, I'm sure there's plenty of CEOs out there that are nice people, but you wouldn't expect them to be, right?
I guess.
I don't know. I don't know if I've even ever met any CEOs.
I don't think I've met too many CEOs in my time.
I've never really worked for a CEO or anything. I haven't been that high on a ladder. So,
right.
I wonder if Willow is already past the point of needing visitors to mask up since Nina didn't wear one. Well, maybe because of the bubble, there is no mask requirement, and that's the point of the bubble. I don't know. Maybe they just wanted to have a couple of scenes in a bubble, and then that's it. And they're like, well, we did it. Remember COVID?
Well, time has went by. A day is a year, and a year is a day, and a day is a week, and a week is a year, and all that.
Oh gosh, she's gonna have an egg on her face taking Nina's side. I don't know. I mean, we'll see what it all happens when the revelations of the SEC come out. How it all shakes up and changes.
We don't know how much longer that's going to be.
Might be next sweep since it didn't come out this time.
I wonder if we're going back to prison next week.
I don't know.
Also,
more Cyrus. I'll take more Cyrus. Happy to take more Cyrus. Any
me too.
Time of the day, just give me some Cyrus. Hand him to me.
And give me some Drew, because I like Jailhouse Drew.
I like Jailhouse Drew so much more than motivational speaker Drew. Did you see that tweet of mine? Because I tweeted that too. Oh yes. My God.
I like Jailhouse Drew so much more.
So much better. So much more. Just and then like standing up for Cyrus, and then like, but also being like, I don't trust you. It's just better than, it's gonna be all right, boys. Let's not fight. Let's get together.
Right. Right.
Yes. And there's this thing which he doesn't do, but I feel like he should be doing this,
And Matt, what do you think of who's after Cyrus in the jailhouse?
The warden.
Is the warden himself. So, and you know what I didn't like? What I didn't like is I don't like scared, wimpy looking Cyrus there. Cyrus looked kind of scared there for a minute. No, I'm hoping when Cyrus, he's got to remember the ponytail, the powers in the ponytail, and it's still there, okay?
That's the thing, though. That is to establish how much this warden has beaten down Cyrus, and also the change in Cyrus to allow such a beatdown to take place.
Yes.
He feels powerless to do something, and maybe he feels powerless to do something because the something that he could do would be the thing that old Cyrus would have done. And that's the frustration on his face, where he's just, you can see it, just that moment of that he gave us before he was talking to Drew. So but yeah,
but I do. I had the feeling you were going to agree with me 100%. That you like Jailhouse Drew better too.
Yes, I like Cave Drew better than Motivational Speaker Drew. I just don't like Motivational Speaker Drew, I think is what it comes down to.
Either really.
Jailhouse Drew is fire, says Chandra. Yes, Jailhouse Drew shouts Rochelle to the gods. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. People are into it.
Yep.
Isn't the wedding supposed to be in the fall? Asked Chandra. I think so. So, you know, weddings and secrets, they always come out.
They do. They do.
Is someone actually after Cyrus, or were those inmates doing that on Cyrus's orders to make Drew come to his defense? Nah, I don't think that's what we're getting. I think what we're getting is the truth of the situation.
I thought there was an element of fear on Cyrus's face.
There absolutely was. I do feel as though there was. I think it's legit what we're getting. I do.
It's just not very Cyrus-like to me, though. But like you said, though, you know, his character has changed.
You know, while we're talking about stuff that happened last week, because I'm pretty sure that stuff happened last week. Or was it earlier this week? I don't remember what happens. The show's on 5 days a week. I don't remember what happens when anymore. But I didn't write it down for this week. So, whatever. But what happened last week that we didn't talk about at all, like crazy people, was Jackson Montgomery.
I know.
We talked like nothing about it. We casually mentioned the fact that he was on the show, but had no reaction to his appearance at all.
And how much we were looking forward to seeing him.
And we didn't talk about it at all.
And then we didn't hardly talk about it.
We're bad hosts. I don't know why you guys watch the show. I'm kidding. Please continue to watch.
Please. Thank you.
Thank you. But yeah, last week we had Jackson Montgomery, a couple of days of Jackson Montgomery, where he figures it all out and he calls and he asks Anna on the phone and just all kinds of just crazy tension with Felicia and Lucy. So good. They got into the safe and the Milokaj, and then we calls to mysterious people and just my God, it's so good, Mother.
I know.
It was so fun. I loved seeing him there. It was just such a, just a blast.
I loved it.
Plain Valley air.
And I don't know what you guys probably agree with me. Well, Willie looks so good.
Right?
My gosh. It might have been 2011. When did they go off the air?
Something like that.
09 or 11. One of these two.
I think it's 11, but something like that.
Man, looked like we just saw him in Pine Valley.
Yeah, not too long ago.
He didn't look all that different. He did not look all that different. But I am looking forward to all of that. I want Tracy to be in the midst of it, which I think she will be. And man, if Susan Lucci, just a few seconds,
just walk into frame as an extra. Just walk through the background.
Just a few seconds.
Wouldn't that be something if they got Susan Lucci to just walk in the background as Erica Kane, just through one scene, and that's it. That's the cameo appearance. No words, nothing.
I would like words, though. If I could have words, I'd love words. And who I want her to have, who I would like to see Erica Kane have a scene with, Tracy. Yeah, that would be good. That would be good.
I don't know if we'll ever get that. Susan Lucci, she is still an active and busy lady out there in the world, going to all sorts of society events and just still being Susan Lucci to this day. Yeah. So
I saw her on a talk show not that long ago.
Yeah.
You didn't talk about going on General Hospital.
It's funny. Chandra says I want Katie to be X number 3, Katie McLean, who played Dixie.
I agree.
Because X number 3 is the one that is the one that has the alimony and the payments and is.
That's the one that's given up the $50,000.
Somebody stole our idea, ripped them from our very lips, and said, "Oh, it would be great if they had Crystal play one and Dixie play one, and I think it was Lindsay Hartley play the third, because that's who Tad was married to, all three of those actors or characters in All My Children. And Katie McLean retweeted it and said, "This is a great idea."
It is a great idea. And I also think the bride number one, the very first one, it would be hilarious if it were Marion.
I don't know what she's up
to. Hilarious. Because back in the day when Tad was 19 years old, 20 years old.
Yeah. It was Marion and Liza, right?
With Marion, and she was in her 40s.
I don't know.
It was boy toy stuff.
Chandra says, "I saw that. They stole it from you." I can't necessarily say that they stole it from us, because I'm pretty sure we stole it from the chat to begin with. So it's not even us, unless you consider the chat the 10th floor, which I do, so it is us. Anyway,
none of us stole anything from anybody. We just all had the same brilliant.
We just all had the same idea. That's all. It's not a unique thought that only one person on the entire planet can think of. So whatever. That would be fun.
It would be super fun. A shame for it not to be somebody.
Well, especially since they've dragged out this identity, even saying the name of the person, they've dragged it out. So if they dragged it out and it was, I married a person named Janice Walter, who cares? At this point, it's got to be somebody.
It's got to be somebody.
But even if it's a one life to live somebody, I'm still here for it.
Yeah.
I was married to Linda Dano's character. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now, wouldn't it be funny though if he was getting the $50,000? Was his cut of the copyright invention stuff of the scepter thing
of the enchanter?
At the enchanter, exactly.
Right, the enchanter and the deceptor.
And that is the same recipe that he had an epiphany of in the sack.
100%. He gave Lucy a brilliant exact breakdown, not quite realizing what he was doing in the time of this thing, which she immediately was like, "This brilliant," put it into production, and he's like, "shit."
Exactly. He thought he was having some pillow talk, showing off how great he is.
Yeah, thinking, "Oh wow, she's gonna be dazzled by my brilliant makeup mind," not realizing that she's gonna turn this thing into a real product. Then he realizes after the fact, "Oh, hockey sticks! I can't. You cannot tell anybody where you got this idea, especially for me, because it is a hop, skip, and a jump away from where the original tool is." Which Tracy has already figured out, and I'm just explaining the story at this point, but I'm here for it. It's good. I like it. I love Martin Gray.
It is.
It's just so good with his accent.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as it's on the show, I've got an excuse to do a voice that isn't this one. Ava's mom is Delia Ryan. Yes. I guess Will Crane didn't know anything about Ava's parentage before, so it's a fun little tie-in to yesteryear.
Yes, her mom is Delia Ryan, and Delia was married to Frank off and on. Frank is the oldest Ryan child of Ryan's home. Frank is the oldest. He's also a politician, stand-up citizen, and Delia was always messing around because Delia's not the smartest.
She's not?
Delia's not. She's not the smartest of people. She's had a checkered past. She's been an underdog.
She just makes choices that she makes. That's what
the way they've written Delia, Ava's mom, really pays homage to the character she was on Ryan's Hope. She's good.
That's good. No big changes.
No big changes.
Delia Reed, Ryan Coolidge.
There you go. Oh, Matt, you know how you mentioned the convention meeting stuff that was happening this weekend?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I saw something where they had General Hospital cast members of the past.
Yes.
They had a little panel of that.
Uh-huh.
Brando was on that one.
Brando?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I was glad that Johnny Wachter got to do something.
Yeah. Johnny Wachter was on there. And Now, I don't remember the stinking character's name, but he was so funny. He's at the floating rib, you guys. He's the guy with, the feathered hair forever. Was behind the bar at the floating rib before.
Just a bartender?
Yes, he was the bartender. What was his name, you guys? He was there.
They might be able to tell you. I don't know. I have no idea who you're referring to at all.
Oh.
Floating rib also blew up, so,
Yes.
Now we got
he was the bartender there. He was the bartender there.
I don't know. I don't know. Stop demanding.
Funny guy.
Stop. Coleman.
Yes, Coleman. He was there.
Go. See, look at that.
I saw a picture of him. He looks exactly the same, you guys.
Canadian Fuzzy coming in with the facts. Thank you, Canadian Fuzzy. Hey, Tyrone.
He looked exactly the same with the same feathered dew too. The same feathered dew.
Yep. And the youngins are up to what they've always been up to.
Yeah.
Two of
them don't get out of bed.
Two of them don't get out of bed, and two of them don't get into bed.
There you go.
Par for the course when it comes to the Jex and Sprina out there. I know there's big fan bases who love to absolutely just talk about every single moment that these characters have with each other and in comparison with one another, and how much time is spent with Esme versus time was spent with Trina and all that kind of stuff. But shoot, it's just moving on, plodding along as we expected to. I don't really know quite what to say about what's going on in those worlds right now. Until something kind of happens in those worlds, we can see the tension with Spencer and Esme. We can see the time that he's forced into spending with her, but we can also see how much he doesn't give a crap about her past her role in Ace's life. I guess they talked about sneaking around, which doesn't make a whole world of sense to me. Just be public about things. What do you need to sneak around at all for? Right. I don't get it, but whatever, if whatever. And then Jocelyn and Dex are just continuing to bone one another, and they're just coming up with different ways for them to be naked with each other on screen. And that's kind of their story right now.
I'll back up from that. It's just getting kind of boring.
It's it's not a heavy criticism, because I know there's plenty of people that still love it. But for me, there's nothing going on in that relationship.
No. And you know what I noticed? I noticed with Trina and Joss were at the pool, right?
Mm-hmm.
Trina was way more receptive of what was going on than Joss. I mean, she noticed that Dex was there surveying people.
And he wasn't even wearing a good costume. He was there in a cap and sunglasses.
But she totally knew what he was up to, totally knew who he was watching, totally saw everything with him leaving and stuff. And Joss was kind of oblivious, wasn't she?
I'm not looking at anything.
Uh-huh.
I'm not specifically watching. Shh.
Uh-huh.
Super convincing.
Yeah.
Super convincing. I don't know if you noticed, but I saw your boyfriend standing back there, and he was not looking inconspicuous. He was just staring. Who was he staring at? Gladys or something, right? Who was he staring at? He was staring at Austin. He was
tailing Austin, wasn't he?
Tailing Austin. Yeah, trying to figure out what's going on there, right? Right?
Or he's tailing her.
Tailing somebody on Sonny's orders. I don't remember. Who cares?
Yeah, he was.
Chandra, who's in Matt's chair? Where did Matt go? You guys, where'd you go? Asks Fuzzy. You guys are funny. That was on purpose. Joss not noticing him suggests Jeannie. Maybe Joss was like, oh, he's at work.
Maybe.
Daisy says Esme is plotting. When is she not?
Of course Esme's plotting.
She's constantly. Tailing the nanny. Nanny, that's what it was. Tailing the nanny. That's right.
The babysitter, the nanny.
Yes. Betty the babysitter.
The one that's slapping Ava.
Making the truth come out and almost getting shoved off parapets. She is not going to be long for this show, folks. Don't get too attached.
I don't think so.
Yeah, that nanny is evil. She super is. Do you want Finn to be
and they better not show a scene of her with Avery and her being mean to Avery at all.
She will be, though. Wouldn't she? She already called her a little brat.
Oh, my God. If she's mean to Avery, I don't care who it is. Someone needs a... Oh, man. Someone is in the need of a Cassandra pull down to the table.
from Nina. You don't touch a kid that's not even mine. And in closing, Mother, final question to you before we get back on the elevator. Do you want Finn to be the co-chief of staff, or do you not give a crap about who runs this dang hospital?
I would if I thought that there was some kind of plot beat or some story that I want to see told with Finn as the co-chief of staff, I would have some kind of opinion. But I'm right now, because of the way the beats are, who gives a crap?
Who gives a crap? I don't think it's necessary. I don't see why Terry needs a co-chief of staff. I don't know why we were. I think that came up. I think it came up recently. I think it did.
Doesn't. But the only thing that makes it kind of cutesy is that's Audrey and Steve Hardy.
Chief of staff, head nurse.
Yes.
So that's the reason. Well, then that's what's going to happen. They're very clearly making Finn and Elizabeth, Audrey and all them, right? Audrey and Steve. So, whatever. I'd rather have Finn. Yes, I'm okay with Finn. So, hey, all right, we're cool with that. Cool. Everybody's happy.
I'm cool with it. What I'm cool with it is, this past week with the scene that we did see with him, with Curtis, I just really, really loved it. And if we can get more Michael Easton scenes, something similar to that, because of this change in character and the new direction, I'm all for that. Okay. Because I thought that scene was good.
All right. Austin should be chief of staff because he's a Q. I think Austin's gonna find himself not being a doctor pretty soon.
I think so too.
Or he's gonna be the crime doctor. I don't know. Austin needs to go. I don't know about needs to go. Austin needs to continue to be in scenes with Ava because she's fun. That's my opinion. Anyway, that's it. That's all I had.
Austin needs to go. I don't think Austin needs to go, but I think I would enjoy Austin being bad. I know it's the same old beat for Roger Howarth, but I don't care. He plays bad so well. He really does.
And in closing, new Molly tripped and broke her foot and can't have her own babies now, and so I guess we're not going to do surrogacy after all, and we might adopt a baby.
Did they not explain what happened to her foot? Because it seemed like to me they did not.
They didn't show anything. They just said she was in an accident.
Yeah.
I don't know if something actually happened to the actress and she's in a foot brace, or they were just like, let's be tongue-in-cheek and cheeky about this and say that she got in an accident.
I have a feeling something actually happened to the actress and she got a boot on her foot.
I think so too, because I don't see why they would just randomly decide that she tripped and fell outside of the building and not show it and make it a part of something, especially with things that are going on right now. Oh, Chrissy, you shoved me down the stairs, something like that. You know what I mean? So, but then they also talked about how Molly can't have babies with her own eggs now too. Like it's a fact. Like she can't have any of her own kids, which takes all of this in vitro surrogacy direction completely away, unless they're going to find a donor egg.
It just makes it where Christina will be the donor egg.
But that's her niece, not her daughter. It's weird to me. Just for me, as a spectator, if this was my life, it would be weird to me. Because in my mind, it would be my niece and not my kid. Or nephew and not my kid.
I understand. And actually, I have friends that were really considering doing something like that, where the brother was going to be the donor for his sister and her wife, but they decided not to do it for the reason you said.
Yeah, because there's just.
But at the same time, though, you cannot have any closer match to being that child being really half you and half your partner.
But it's still not you, though.
But it's still not you.
It's still not you.
But I don't know, though.
It's a philosophical debate, and if somebody else out there feels differently and they think it's right for their life, don't take this as any sort of judgment, because it's not. If it's right for your life and that's something you want to do, go for it. Build your family in the way that makes sense to you. I'm not here to say don't. Just from my POV, I wouldn't. That's all. That's all. Oh God. It reminds it's an interesting philosophical question. It's also something similar to like you know, like if the teleporters from Star Trek existed, but it destroyed your original body and rebuilt a new body with all of the same memories, are you still you? You know?
Mm.
From my perspective, no. I am gone in that first
Yes.
in that first thing, and now there's a clone of me living my life, and everybody just treats it as though I'm me. You know, it's similar thought patterns to that too. You know, if you take it as that's still me, then cool, that works for you. You don't consider yourself as died or as different. Same
Uh-huh.
thing with, I consider this my kid because it's as closely genetic related to me as it possibly can be. Cool. I don't know. I'm just saying words now, Ma. You have nothing to say.
I understand. But I understand what you're talking about when it comes
So
to
we'll see.
what you're talking about.
We'll see. Maybe TJ and Christina will just find themselves in the throes of passion some night.
I think that's.
I don't think so either. I think they're going to wind up with my original thought, which is adopting themselves a downtrodden, underprivileged child from Christina's agency or charity or whatever it is.
From her, right, yeah,
From
from
her
her.
foundation.
And I'm glad I got the impression this, this with Christina, it seemed like a lot of her decision making when it came to her business was like, okay, you're gonna be inexperienced and not know, but you gotta like try to educate yourself on something. It seemed like before it was like the most obvious things that she needed to do for a foundation were not ever nothing was obvious to her.
You know, it's just because the family's going to be working together. My theory is Alexis is going to leave the newspaper and help Christina with this foundation in a more official full-time capacity.
I think so too.
Because she was talking a couple of weeks ago about being uninspired with this career choice, and it's further away from the action than she thought it would be.
Yeah, and I thought the impression that she really, really, really is just missing being a lawyer.
Yeah, you know, we'll see what direction that the producers and the writers want the character to go in, because the reason why Alexis stopped being a lawyer after all of this time is because Nancy Lee was like, I want to do stuff that isn't court.
Yeah.
And so they figured it out for her. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'd rather have Chrissy in a romance with the nanny Betty without knowing she's working against Sonny, and Sonny knows it. I like Nunu Molly better than the second one. I think that's purposeful.
Agree.
I think that they took their time to choose somebody. They let Holiday Kreigel film for a couple of weeks. Like she was a solid temporary cast member while they figured out their path forward. I think that she successfully plays younger than Christina. That was very apparent this week in their scenes together. I really feel as though she has established herself as the youngest sister of the three.
And I didn't get the same kind of like where with Molly number two, I felt like she was impersonating Haley Kulos. And and I don't feel that way with our current Molly.
Yeah, doing her own interpretation. On top of that, I also kind of appreciated Christina being like my brilliant sister who from 10 years old knew the definition of these words I never even thought of. You know, like reestablishing some of the important parts of the Molly character going forward so people know exactly who she is and what she's capable of. So, yeah. Alexis needs the newspaper and Lulu wakes up to take it over. Maybe. Lulu was a reporter.
Well, it looks to me like I really do think that they're going to have Lulu wake up.
Well, they moved her all the way to Port Charles.
Weeks, but I do think they're going to have Lulu wake up.
That's 12 months.
Because I just don't believe that they would have spent that much time with Charlotte at her bedside begging her to wake up.
No,
without it gonna happen.
No. They wouldn't have reintroduced a body for Lulu if they didn't have an intention to do something with it. It's not like she was Jeannie Francis, you know, where they're like, oh, well, let's refer to Laura every once in a while because that's a important character. Let's get that body double staring out the window with a shadow back, because Lulu isn't Laura. Like we don't necessarily need to flash to the character and remind us that they're still on the canvas and still comatose.
Now, if they have Laura go visit Lulu next week, that girl's going to wake up for sure.
Yes. Yeah. If we go visit again, then yeah, we're in the next 8 weeks. Lulu would be waking up, but I think that when and if that decision's made, we're not going to be surprised by it.
I don't think so either.
We're going to hear about it weeks in advance.
Not at all. We won't be surprised, and I'll be curious of who they choose. Are they going to be a whole new Lulu? Is it going to be one of the other two that we had for so long? I don't believe it'll be Julie Berman. I don't think so. Even though that would be my choice because she was my favorite Lulu.
I don't know.
I liked her a lot as Lulu.
I don't know. I don't know. Could be somebody brand new.
It could be.
They'll get who they can get, I guess. People are excited because Matt Cohen got let go from Entertainment Tonight. And it's like, ooh, Griffin can come back and
Oh yeah, I saw that too. Yeah,
he's
I saw
available
that.
now. Yeah,
I wonder why. Wonder why Entertainment
it
Tonight let
seems
him
like
go.
they just did a staff cut.
Maybe because they cut and maybe they decided to just clean house.
Yeah, because
No
they let
writers
a number
anyway.
of people go that worked for the show in various different departments, and he was one of them. It just seemed like they were doing some just cleanup.
Well, Matt, go on back. We would love for Anna to find out for real that you are indeed her baby.
Griffin was a great character on his way out, so be interested too.
Yes.
We'll see.
Yes.
We'll see. Anyway, I'm getting out
He
of here.
looks so much like Ian Buchanan. Oh my God, he looks so much like Ian Buchanan.
And he's a laborer, and we can find out that Ryan is actually, or excuse me, that Drew is actually Ryan the whole time. Anyway, I'm out of here. I'm getting on the elevator. You can come with me too. Get out of here.
Okay.
Get out of here, folks. Get on the elevator. Gonna go back down to the first floor. All right, we're gonna get in the parking garage. There's no active threats. Pikeman is only worried about Sonny, so it's safe. It's really safe in Port Charles right now.
I don't know though. You watch out for that damn nanny.
I mean, she's not targeting us. She's targeting very specific people, and it's not me. So I'm okay. I'm not gonna watch for the nanny. But I am gonna go to my car and I'm gonna turn my radio to previous episodes of the 10th Floor, which you can find on all of your favorite podcasting platforms. You can also explore this YouTube channel to find our other various shows. Like we did a YouTube reaction. We did we're doing Days of Our Lives podcasts at 9 a.m. Pacific time every Sunday morning now, just before this one, so you can enjoy our soapbox Sundays that we have. Where we just go over half of all soap offerings out there in the world. You could support the show by getting a cup of Corinthos coffee on buymeacoffee.com/10th floor. Just chip us $5 like Lee did. Lee did a couple of weeks ago. Thank you very much, Lee, for doing that. Previous episodes of the 10th floor, which you can find on all your favorite podcasting platforms. If you can't find it on your favorite podcasting platform, reach out to me on Twitter at 10th floor GH, and I will point you in the right direction. Indeed. That's it. Go spend some time with your families. I've been Matt.
I've been Kat.
And we'll catch you right here next time on